Eating your sandwich and talking and saying like.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, we're good. Yeah, no, we're still. I'm. Yeah.
Okay.
We both have low blood sugar, so who knows what we'll say.
But I drank a whole thing of coconut water, so.
All right then. That sounds like it'll be good. I think I need to maybe turn these mics up. I don't know.
This one I think is good.
This good? Yes, everyone? Good? All right. I don't need a mic. You guys have mics.
It's on.
So your answers are clear.
We've
and
been so
I'll-
polite. We were so polite yesterday trying to share the mic. Now we're just going to be like,
Hogging the mic.
yeah.
Which will be fine, because obviously you want to hear their lovely voices. You can hear mine all the time, I'm too loud. So, so again, welcome back. How was the first day of con for you guys?
It was super fun.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. I have phantom sunglasses on my head feeling. You know, like after you've had your sunglasses on your head for a long time, now it feels like I still have them on. I know just how people feel when they lose a limb and wart, guys. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's
Making
my
fun of
first.
myself. Making fun of myself.
It's my first time back in Arizona in quite some time, so it's kind of cool to be coming back in Arizona.
It's actually nice weather right now. That's
Yeah,
the
I was
part.
expecting it to be
it's
hotter.
not
It
super
got a little hot. It was nice when we walked over to Main Street, and then it was
Right.
not so nice when we walked
Like
back.
cruised around Main Street Mesa.
Yeah, he went yesterday, and he told me about the
I run
comic
this
book
town.
shop.
I run this
Yeah,
town.
you're like the mayor for sure.
I'm like the mayor for the
Certainly the
weekend.
mayor of that comic book store.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sprouts too. I
So we
wasn't
went
bad at
back.
Sprouts.
No, you're right. You're right. You had game at Sprouts. Yeah. So we went to the comic book store. I bought a Goonies action figure.
Yeah, I bought some Back to the Future action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Marty McFly and the dog.
I bought Sloth.
Nice. Like the Funko Pop figure?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those things are adorable.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't find a data copy.
I got Lionel also. I bought that yesterday. Lionel, the Thundercat fan.
Thundercats.
Oh,
You did an audition for that, right?
I
So
did, but
you
it's
want-
just embarrassing.
No, you want to do that line?
No, we're
really?
Thundercat. But yeah, so I haven't been in Arizona in quite some time, and it was actually it's cool to be back here.
I'm from here, and I have been back. I was here in the summer, but I was up in Happy Jack, where my aunt has a cabin.
All right.
Right.
When was the last time you were back here?
A long time ago. You know, I was telling someone, I think last time I was here, I got into a fight. It was years ago. I mean, Alfonso Ribeiro was involved. We were actually out here for a celebrity basketball game in Phoenix, and this is years ago. This is embarrassing. So,
Like, when you say years ago, what does that mean? I mean, 5 years ago? Does it mean 15
years,
years ago?
like maybe. I mean, me and Alfonso
How many of
Ribeiro.
you know who Alfonso Riviera is?
You know Carlton?
Right,
He's
okay.
on Dancing with the Stars with him.
Yeah.
It's about to win Dancing with the Stars.
I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, so I thought maybe most people hadn't watched Silver Spoon or whatever.
Oh, Silver Spoons. Silver Spoons.
Is that what he was on?
Yeah, him and
Alright.
Rick Schroeder.
Yeah, like most better known for
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah.
Carlton.
Oh, yeah.
Carlton.
I forgot.
Carlton.
Yeah. So anyway, back in those days.
Wait, you had a fight with?
No, we were in a
Okay.
fight. So this is how it went down. We were here for a celebrity basketball game. God, I haven't thought about this in years. And we lost the celebrity basketball game in Phoenix. Like, you know, when you do a celebrity basketball game, a lot of actors come out, right? But we are actors. We suck. We don't play basketball that well. And then you play some high school, and like you got high school varsity players and teachers. They have like bring all these ringers out to just abolish us, which is fine. But it was got little, whatever. It was fine. Anyhow, we went up at our hotel room, and it was super hot. It's Phoenix, right? And we all went up at the swimming pool. I remember I didn't even have swimming trunks. I'm like swimming my boxer shorts. Very funny. And then some girls showed up at the swimming pool. We were young. This is like 15 years ago. At least. And some girls show up, which is cool. Like some Phoenix girls. And some girls show up, and we're all kind of hanging out and partying. Whatever. We're at the swimming pool. And then whatever. Some girls. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, about an hour later, a bunch of dudes roll up, right? Which are the girls' boyfriends. And now we're like a bunch of actors at the pool, like where's so and so? We're like, and we know she left with one of the actors, and we're like, oh, I don't know, man, I don't know. And we had like beer bottles and stuff, and then one guy threw a bottle. Right? There was this actor with us. His name was Rodney, and he was on a show called The Young Riders, and he's crazy, right? This Philly kid. He's so he's dead now. Rest in peace, Rodney. Well, he was like got into heroin. It's Hollywood, honestly. But he was he's the one that's crazy, right? So one of the guys, one of the local dudes was like, "What's up?" Right? And then Rodney's crazy ass hit this guy in the face. Just got up, hit him, boom. He grabbed 2 bottles, crashed them, and he said, "Come on, motherfuckers." And mind you, these are like high school kids, right? And so it went from like they wanted to fight to like, hold on, he just wanted to know what's up. So the actors get up, and like me and Alfonso, we're like not gangster at all. And then Alfonso got all, well, that's how we roll in LA. It was crazy. And then, later on, I just felt like, dude, let's just calm down. Don't stab anybody with broken beer bottles. No, don't kill any teenagers. What's going on here?
That's rough.
But maybe we found the guy's girlfriend. It was all good.
I'm glad to hear that she didn't disappear forever.
Nah, it was just, us, just boys being boys. Yeah, that's my last time in Phoenix.
Memories. Yeah, I thought my high school life was tough. All right. Yeah. So, wow.
So what else do you want to know?
What other fights have we been in?
Sure. Embarrassing moments or fights or anything that you'd like to bring up, or that one was like just the tip of the iceberg, or is there more layers?
That's just Phoenix, man. That's the harsh.
That's just your Phoenix story, yeah. Well, yeah, we're pretty rough here in Arizona. Yeah, we mean it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to our beautiful ladies.
I'm just actually still really amused. I was like, I just wanted to know what's up.
He just wanted to know what's up.
A lot of ways you can take that. A lot of ways you can take that.
That's what that proves to you in a fight. You just hit the first guy,
Yeah.
and then that's gonna.
Smash 2 bottles together. That's crazy.
When he smashed the bottles, I was like, damn, this dude's serious. He's done this before. Rodney's done this before.
Oh, crazy Rodney. Oh,
That's what I'm
sorry,
saying.
Rodney.
Rodney, he passed away. It's crazy.
Don't do heroin, everybody. That's the real reason we're here.
Yeah,
That was
the
a
moral
very
of the
long
story,
story.
don't do heroin.
We actually come to
That-
ask you not to do heroin.
I don't think it was anything to attribute to Phoenix. Let's hope not. So, any other on this subject? Is there any other kind of like fun and or exciting things that have happened, like related to more so like the set or anything like that, or anything that you've done?
I was a kid actor and like a teenage actor, so we got into a lot of trouble always. The thing
You
is,
play pranks on people and stuff?
pranks and okay, when you're on a set, when you're a kid actor. I started acting when I was 10, right? And you shoot on these studio lots, and they had like the little golf carts around, and they always tell you like, don't take the golf cart. But we have to take the golf cart because we can't drive in the regular streets.
Yeah.
But on Warner Brothers, I can drive until they, The thing is, once you realize you really can't get in that much trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's a certain level at which they're gonna be
you're
like,
gonna take me to jail. What jail are you gonna take me into? So we would do things like that. We'd like, not pull pranks, we're just kids on the set, and then you go visit other sets, and you try to be cool. So like if we're shooting a movie over here, and then like whatever, you're like, there's like, they're shooting Charles in Charge over there. We gotta go see Nicole Hager.
I'm surprised we don't have many Charles in Charge cosplayers here.
I know. Well, like when that's a cool thing when you're young. You kind of come up. There's people shooting different things in different studios, and then when you're a teenager, you kind of want to go see the girls on that set. You're like, I know who's on my set. I need to go see there. So we just get in trouble like that. And
specific girls for you too, right? Dan?
Always.
All the girls.
But it is fun me. I mean, that's something that hasn't. I mean, I started so late compared to you, but there is to me still the feeling when I every once in a while you sort of reconnect with the fact that you're getting to drive. You get to drive on a set, and you think about all the great stuff that has been shot at these different studios, and yeah, it's like I still get really excited when I walk by a set of like a show that I really like, and I don't think that ever has to go away.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you never want to get jaded. It's
Yeah.
like, even when I was like watching Gone Girl the other night, it's like as an actor when you even just sit there and you start watching, especially when you're out of LA and you start watching the title sequences, and it's like, Universal or 20th Century Fox, and like these things mean so much to me, because you know those lots, you know the things you've done with those companies, and you never want to get jaded, like, oh, this is just something. It's like,
Right.
we're a part of this amazing industry,
Yeah.
and these are the things, Universal, DreamWorks, like,
Yeah.
these are things that mean stuff.
Yeah.
We know people that work there, we work for them, it's like that kind of thing. You ever get that feeling?
Absolutely, I absolutely do.
It's
Well, I was
exciting.
talking about this yesterday, but the first time I got to go on the Henson lot, which is the old Charlie Chaplin lot, also.
Yeah.
So you have like double the history, where you have like, in fact, at the front of it, there's a Kermit the Frog that's dressed in a
tuxedo.
in a Charlie Chaplin tuxedo with a cane.
And
they
in
have
records,
all
and
this.
in records too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they have all this different stuff. They have like like a couple of the original Skeksis from the Dark Crystal, and here's this original Fozzie Bear, and like I just love that stuff so much. I super geeked out on that. Like they were like, the publicist was giving me a tour, and it seriously became her being like, I mean, I do have other work I have to do, because I just wanted to hang out there.
I worked with some of those puppeteers at Henson, and I wanted to do something for my YouTube channel. And I was like, well, maybe we should do something. I can talk to some of the puppets or something like that. And then one of the guys came back, Vic, and he's like, oh, so we're making a Rufio puppet. I'm like, what? I was like, I thought I was going to talk to the puppet. I'm like, no, you're just going to be the voice of the puppet.
Is there somewhere I can see that?
Yeah, my YouTube channel. It's like the
that's great,
Rufio
guys.
show. So it's like, this is
Amazing.
Rufio, and the Henson people are crazy.
That's great.
So they came to my place, and then it's like Rufio living in my apartment. Like, he didn't die, and he's like walking around the room. He raps and stuff.
Everyone knows when you die, you become a puppet, right?
Right.
That's like what happens.
That's the
Am I
great
wrong?
answer.
So you can check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those guys are magical.
Yeah.
Those guys do
Magical.
better acting with puppets than some actors that we do sometimes
I would have to.
in real life.
Yeah.
I'm like acting with one of the puppets, like, it seems so real.
I know.
He's like looking at me.
Because you do, even like when you're standing next to somebody who has a puppet in their hand, even as an adult, I still talk to the puppet. Like I don't talk.
And the puppet's looking at
Don't you see that even with Robert Smigel? Like here's this, Robert is right there, right off camera, interviewing people as Triumph. And people get pissed at the dog. Like, they don't even look at the guy.
No, it's
like,
real.
When Triumph makes fun of you, you're mad at the dog. And then
They're
"Wait,
like
hold on,
magical.
hold on."
You know when
Yeah.
you look at someone and they have like, you can see who they are in their eyes, because it's like we're human. The same thing happens with these puppets. I'm like looking in its eye, like, I see you.
1 year from now, Dante Basco marries a puppet. Guaranteed.
We're just tangenting off.
You asked about being on sets. I think we answered that.
Yeah.
We answered that with you being in love with a puppet. It's a journey we all went on together.
I find that to be a fully acceptable answer, right, guys?
Totally.
Seriously. On the subject of like being on set and like the stuff you've done with that, like one thing that is also interesting is you've both done like live action stuff, right? And you've also done voice acting, obviously. Is there a preference that you guys have had for that? Like, is there one that you felt was more stressful, less stressful, more fun, less fun? You know.
I mean, I think they're both great for different reasons. They're both like such a pleasure and a joy. It feels like such a privilege to get to do each one. For sure, voiceover is easier in the sense that you're not waiting around. I mean, it's the cliche, but it's 100% true that you kind of spend a lot of time waiting when you're on a set that's live action, because there's just so much setup that has to happen, and it's all true.
I love all
Yeah.
that.
Well, I like to do a crossword, so I
Yeah.
nerd.
Part of like on set is like, you may be working, say you work for like 12 or 13 hours in a day, or whatever. You might be only working on set in front of the camera maybe 3 or 4 hours out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That time. So what do you do with the rest of the time? Right?
Heroin. No! Wrong answer. Ready?
That's the problem, is that's where actors and stuff go wrong. It's like, you have all this time, crazy stuff can happen.
Yeah, people. Yeah, it's true. It's how you what
I
you do with
mean,
that.
some
time.
people are doing drugs in the trailer, for sure.
For sure. If
Not cool.
Prostitutes.
There's sex happening in the trailer.
For sure.
Sometimes that happens.
When this trailer's been rocking, don't come out.
There's that. I mean, there's a lot of video games. People bring their like Xboxes and PlayStations, and we have like, thank you. Thank you. And we our guitars, and we make, we do music jams.
Oh, Kevin Nealon is like this amazing guitarist. I just shot a pilot with him this year, and he came in with a banjo
Dude,
and just like sat in the makeup trailer playing the banjo.
that's
It was
awesome.
rad,
Yeah, I did a movie with Kid Rock, and Kid Rock, Bobby would just jam in front of his friggin' Skyliner, you
So
know?
fun.
So like you kind of like learn how to live that lifestyle outside now in front of the mic. It's less downtime, but there's still, you know, you go into the studio, there's like all this food, and you know, you have your relationships with the other actors, and you kind of catch up on each other's lives outside the booth, inside the booth, and it's, you know, it's like the lifestyle of the acting going on. But as far as what I prefer, to me, it's all acting. Whether there's a camera or a microphone, I'm just trying to act.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Well, talking about like offset stuff, I guess, when you're like waiting around and seeing hobbies and things like that, like in your guys' off time, what do you guys like doing? I know, Dante, you do like poetry and writing.
Night blogger.
Night blogging.
Night vlogging. Yeah.
Night blogger.
Especially like night vlogging, like half drunkenly about.
Yeah. Now these days I'm like, you know, older. Well, I'm like much more boring. When I was younger, we would get into trouble, but you know, not anymore. Not anymore.
One of those famous Phoenix poolside fights.
No. When I was younger in Hollywood, we were like, look, there's an avatar coming. How you doing? Good to see you.
Looking good.
And followed by.
You know, back in the day, we didn't have social media or any of that kind of stuff. We just kind of like were, you know, you just kind of be on sets and just up to shenanigans, all kind of shenanigans, you know. But now I'm a good boy.
Yeah. It's nice to know that you can be like a crazy teen, whether you're just, you know, whether you're on a set in Hollywood or tearing it up in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, I think because when you're teenagers everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And then, or whatever, 20-something, and, you know, we just did things. I don't want to talk about all that stuff. That stuff
All
was
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Not crazy, it was just fun. I never did drugs or stuff like that.
You didn't?
Not really. Oh. I didn't do a lot of drugs. I didn't like to drink or do drugs.
Was that a surprise more towards him, or a surprise of like, why not? I mean,
I guess both. I just assumed you would. I feel like if I got my hands on a Metusa, you had ample access.
Yeah,
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. No, I dated. I like girls.
I'm so excited for you to do my podcast next summer. I'm gonna get into that, and you are gonna be so uncomfortable.
So
it's
that's
gonna be
really
great. Boy. You guys all, everybody wearing, like cosplaying, it looks so great, by the way. I've been enjoying seeing some of you before this panel and yesterday, and it's really impressive, great.
Totally.
I
costumes.
agree, definitely.
Thanks for thanking us. Woo! Yeah.
Have you cosplayed?
I've cosplayed as Cora, that's the only, in
How
one
was-
video
how was it?
online. Embarrassing.
Why?
Because it was supposed to be embarrassing. And it was
It's embarrassing at first, and then you kind of gotta get into it. Then you're like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to play your own character.
When you have to see it first. So
Your
that
own
you
characters are
understand
weird. Like it's because there's like a lot. If I cosplay something I'm doing, it feels like there's so much. It's more pressure than any cosplay
Oh,
needs
for
to have.
sure, for sure. What would you cosplay if you were not you right now? Like, what would you?
Let me look
Not one
around
of
the
your
room.
characters.
I mean, definitely a Homestuck character for sure. Rufio is in the house.
Oh, for sure he is.
But I would like to do, I don't know, things that I grew up with that I really would geek out about, like a Mega Man or something like that. Mega Man would be cool.
Yeah, sure.
A Transformer, maybe.
Yeah.
I've seen these I was at one con and there was these guys called the duct tape Transformers, and they were so sick. It was like all duct tape. And they were like a crew, a mob of Transformers.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, that's pretty dope. Something like that.
I feel like I would maybe want to be Boba Fett.
Boba Fett would be cool.
Boba Fett would be cosplay. Oh, whoa! Good
Boba
answer.
Fett, that's hard, man. That's hard.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, I guess you could buy a lot of the stuff.
Oh, that's what you gotta make it.
I know, the real way is to make it. You gonna make it the Boba Fett stuff?
Maybe I will.
Nope.
Maybe I will. Let's do this. That was 2 bottles. The only way I know how to get Dante's attention is to threaten him with 2 broken bottles.
2 broken bottles.
It's gonna cause him to have like flashbacks though. He's gonna be like, I'm Rodney, no! But,
Just waking up in a sweat. Alfonso! Watch your back, man!
ask Alfonso about it. If you ever run into Alfonso, ask him about that story.
Am I ever gonna run into Alfonso?
Yeah, he's directing now.
Oh.
Yeah, he might direct you on something.
There's so many great like directors that were child actors that we watched that we
Fred
now
Savage.
judged by.
Fred
Yeah.
Savage.
Wonder Years.
I was on Wonder Years.
Matt Shackman is an amazing director, and he was on like Just the 10 of Us or something.
Oh yeah, just 10 of us. The
Just the
basketball.
10 of Us? Is that that's a
Yeah.
thing? We're
Just
old.
10 of us. Yeah.
We're old.
Everyone just nod.
Yeah. It was cool. We just rap with the kids about like topical shit. You know, we were just talking about shows and stuff, like shows from the early 80s that we barely remember. Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
Hashtag Charles in Charge. That would be the first time Charles in Charge has ever been hashtagged.
Charles in Charge wisdom.
Yeah, I looked it up. There was just like one, some random con.
On the same page.
Should we go to? I'm only asking because it felt like we had maybe we have none this time, but we had so many audience questions. We went a half hour
I was
over.
actually gonna go say, you
I'm
wanna go ahead?
sorry.
That's
I
fine.
didn't mean to moderate our
Are
moderating.
you moderating the
audience.
moderator?
Yeah. I just have
It's
some questions
fine.
for you two. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
whatever.
No. Just in case. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Let's go to questions.
Everyone appreciates that.
And if we have
You guys
none, then
have any
Um,
questions?
what do you do?
We already have a hand raised.
Oh,
Hi.
Look at how wonderful you look, my dear.
Hello.
So wonderful.
You look amazing.
Beautiful.
Dante, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for coming. I'm a big fan of your work, your poetry especially.
Thank you.
It really got me through like a lot of like difficult moments, so I'm like really big fan. I have a question, not so much about Avatar, but it's been burning in my soul for like 3 years. So what was it like filming when I'm a cheerleader?
That is a great film.
I love that movie. Has everyone seen But I'm a Cheerleader? That, raise your hand if you've seen it. I need to personally talk to each one of you who is not. That's a great, funny, terrific movie. I was such a fan of that
I
movie.
did comedy. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie.
I don't know about the funny part. Well, it's that movie. I love that movie. That was like all my memories of that movies. I'm still connected to a lot of those people. I love those cats. It was my first time going to Sundance Film Festival. It was back when Sundance was like super really indie, and it was like we were like cool kids. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time we were like, oh, we're the cool kids. Like Clea Duvall and
Yeah.
Natasha Lyonne and all the cats, right?
Yeah.
And my other memory of that movie is like that's the first time I kissed a guy, which was kind of crazy. I mean, they offered me this movie, and you know, they're like, you gotta play gay, you have a problem playing gay, and I'm like, I'm an actor. Don't, like, please don't, you know, disrespect. And like, well, you know, it's like a really intense kissing scene. I'm like, you know, I'm like, well, can we talk about this? But it was cool. Me and Kit Pardue did this, and it was Kit Pardue's first film, and I told this story on my YouTube. But so, you okay? Did you lose a horn? Damn. It's Tavros horns, man. That's what happens.
Medic!
So you know, we didn't know how to do this because our first time kissing guys. And so this is part of the shenanigans that happened on the set, right? So we're like, how are we gonna do this? Should we rehearse this? No, let's do it. Let's kiss for the first time on camera, that'd be cool. We're like, that's cool, right? So how are we gonna rehearse this? So we got this actress, that we won't name who it is, but we were like, you need to help rehearse with us in our trailer. So she's like, I'm game, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, so we gotta kiss each other. She's like, yeah, everyone's waiting to see the scene. I'm like, right. I said, but this is the deal. We've never kissed a guy before, either one of us, and what we wanna do is, like, I'm gonna kiss you, and he's gonna study. Then he's gonna kiss you, and then I'm gonna study. And we'll just keep doing this for a while. That happened. That happened. And then we had to kiss each other finally the day, and we just kind of shook hands, and then we kissed, right? But this is the thing, right? For guys that never kissed another guy, A, it's intense. B, like this little scraggly stuff, like it's really itchy. Super. It's like, and we both shaved. It was like sandpaper on sandpaper.
Yeah, don't shave right before that. Actually, shaving can make it so much worse.
Dude, we were red. We were like red. And then Kip is like 6'1", 6'2", like big blonde dude, you know? And the dude starts to manhandle me. You know what I'm saying? He throws me against his tree. I'm like a finesse kisser. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to go in and finesse it. And then my man is like manhandling me.
You feel disrespected?
Yeah, I was like, yo, on take 2, like, can you not manhandle me? Like, I'm a man, dude. I don't know what you do to women, but like, I can't. You can't manhandle me against a tree. So it was it was a contrast of kissing styles.
Uh-huh.
I didn't study enough in the trailer.
That's it.
I didn't study enough in the trailer.
That's it. Yeah, guys, see this movie. It's great. It's a great movie. It's a movie about these kids who are stuck at this camp that's supposed to like fix you from being gay.
And
it's a sort of a black comedy. It's like
super
dark. It's
dark
very
comedy.
cynical, but it's very very funny.
RuPaul, Kathy
Natasha
Burley,
Lyonne,
Natasha
Leah
Lyonne,
Duvall.
Eddie Cibrian. Every time I see Eddie, because me and Eddie are in the same basketball league, and he's like, dude, that movie.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but it's a great film, and actually a lot of people, it's become this big cult classic film, and I really love being a part of it because I get written all the time about how teenagers, that was the film that they came out to their parents about.
Yeah.
And it's like been such an important film in that way. And
I think also like I'm always a fan of a movie like that represents not just specifically necessarily being gay. I feel like it's relevant now because it has a sense of also like I think just the idea of being, you know, in any kind of group where like even with cosplayers or like nerds and like, you know,
we have to
like,
fix an outcast, we have to fix a black
yeah.
sheep. Like you don't have to fix anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
And kind of coming to understand that whoever you are is awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I get a kiss
What a great question. Thanks for bringing that up.
Thank you.
I encourage you to all ask only questions to Dante and only questions to Dante.
No. Questions. Yes, in the back.
Okay, so we all know that Zuko and Katara were never meant to be together. I mean,
He just threw his shit right out there. We all know this ship, not canon, is what's going on.
okay, so I mean, in the future, right, in Legend of Korra, most everybody else has expired. Now, like, you know, that there's no, because I mean, Katara's there and Zuko's there.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Like, the walls were finally broken down and they were like, we were meant for each other.
Very sweet.
See that? Like, maybe in season.
I don't know if we'll ever see that.
I don't think we will. Maybe
But you know, I like that. I like where you're going. I like where you're going.
I'm like, even if we don't see it, like,
Hey, I'm with you 100%. It's like, you know, if you're at some place later on in life and your ex-girl's there, and then like the moon is in the right place, and then that song comes on, and then she like turns around and your eyes connect and you both have that thing of like, everyone else we know is expired. There's only
Like
us.
food that went bad. Yeah.
It can happen. I mean, you know.
I'm against that, so.
Yeah.
And see, but the thing about it is that your ex is an avatar. They're always around. You know what I'm saying? I know, Corey did do that.
So like maybe Zuko was waiting for that?
I'm with you.
It's a plot. It's a conspiracy.
It goes in that one thing. It's like that for that certain amount of time when they lose the connection. That's like the time when like y'all
Get in
broken
there,
up.
get in there, get in there.
It's like so she can go like, what happened? It's like it was a time when Cora lost the connection, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
And you're like, I
It
guess
counts.
you're
It doesn't
right.
count. It counts.
We weren't connected. It was a great period.
You're onto something for sure. Who else has a question? Ooh, double Cora.
Double
side by
Cora.
side.
Questions?
Awesome.
Yes.
Are they gonna do more episodes from when they're adults? That period when they're adults?
I don't know.
From what Mike and Brian have said, they are very much taking a perhaps permanent break from Avatar World. That's not what I want either, but
They're gonna take a bit of a break, but we'll see what happens.
they're definitely doing other projects that have nothing to do with that right now. But that I don't, hopefully that doesn't mean forever. I don't know.
We can only hope. It's such a
They
big
just spent-
franchise.
yeah.
It'd be like unbelievable that
Yeah.
it's something that doesn't happen.
They just
somewhere.
spent so much. They just spent 12 solid years basically working on it. So I think that
Isn't that long?
Yeah. They're just gonna take a little breather and then hopefully they'll come back with more. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news.
So with that though, like they licensed Dark Horse to do the comics. Is there going to be any chance of like more titles that they're going to let people write
That I would
stories
say is
for?
possible, but I can't say for certain. I wish they were here because they would talk about it. Like they will talk about it if they can talk about it, But I don't know the answer.
Should we text them?
I know I got that before.
Call him right now, dude.
I tried to get
Call him.
Brian on the phone on that con I did with you, that PJ did
I
too.
love those
yeah.
guys. Those guys are awesome.
I called Gray and I left a message in the middle of a panel.
FaceTime.
I texted Brian. Yeah.
You're so like
Yeah.
in touch with everybody.
Well, I mean, I'm doing the show all the time. I'm doing the show all the time. We're still doing ADR. So.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm with him more about.
Right.
Also, Gray, I don't know from Avatar. Grace just became a really close friend before I even got Korra.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm in touch.
We
with
met through
I'm
Mount
a guy.
Miller, weirdly.
I like go to lunch every now and then.
Yeah.
But
I'm not over at Brian's house doing his hair.
we can do yoga with them.
Oh.
All right.
Would want.
Yeah.
But Gray, I'd hang out
Yeah.
with Gray.
I love Gray. Is it weird that I kind of want to marry her son and he's only 6? That's weird.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Super weird.
He's just the best kid. His name's Tex. He was
Tex, see, I remember when he was born.
He's the best.
It's crazy. Next question.
He's real flirty too. Like
Is
she
he?
likes to tell the story where he's like in a line at Starbucks. This is Gray Delisle's son, Tex, in case you missed that. And there's like some adult girl standing in front of him, and he goes, "Hey," and he's like 4 or 5, and she turns, and he goes, "I like your face."
That's
He's got
awesome.
game.
That's a lot of
He's got
game.
game. Sorry. Anyway.
His mom is
Yeah.
Gray Delisle.
Yeah.
She's like that
She's
too.
the queen of the world. Yeah. Who else?
Right here. Right here.
How's your calming tea?
It's leaf water. It's good.
It doesn't feel like it's not that potent today. All due respect, we really appreciate it and love it.
Yeah, no, awesome. But it's good. I love tea, so
Me too.
it's doing me well.
That's
That's it.
it. Is it your tea? Did I just insult your tea?